to Soul Pump Fitness. I'm filming here today in our studio in Los Angeles. What I'm going to be sharing with you is 5 exercises that you can do using this simple resistance band. The one I'm using today is a light one. We're going to focus on 5 movements that you can do anywhere. All you need is a band of choice, a mat, and let's get started. The muscle groups that we're going to be targeting today is going to be your glute muscles, your inner and outer thighs, and your core. So before we begin our 5 exercises, I want to do 2 stretches with you to open up the hips and the lower back, which can get a little bit overactivated if you don't stretch them out before doing these movements. So the first stretch I want us to do is simple cat-cows. So you're going to be on all fours, wrists right underneath your shoulders, knees right underneath your hips. And you're going to lift your middle thoracic spine up towards the ceiling, opening up from your tailbone to your neck. Then you're going to take an inhale, arch your back, lifting your gaze. And just repeat that a few more times. Just trying to create space through your spine, creating movement, breathing as you move. We'll do one more lift, touch the ceiling, sending your gaze through. Wonderful. Our next movement is going to be standing. So to come up, let's just go into a downward dog to stretch the legs, walk your hands to your toes, and roll your spine all the way up. You're going to bring your right leg forward, your left leg back. Place your hands on your hips and look directly in front of you, all 10 toes pointing forward. And what we're stretching is the back hip flexor. So when we sit for work, sit in the car for long periods of time, our hip flexor gets shortened. When that gets shortened and overactivated, it pulls on our lower back. So we just want to take a moment, open up each side, 20, 30 seconds. Let's alternate the leg. Make sure that you're already engaging your core, you're bringing your shoulders back, always having posture in your mind, awareness to that. And we'll get started with movement number 1. The band is going to go in between your feet, and it's going to be right in the center of the foot. The starting position is about like a squat distance, so not too much, not too close, so you want a little bit of resistance. Before we begin to move, notice that your 10 toes are pointing forward. They're not caving in, because that would put pressure on the knee joint, and you're not playing out. So you want to have your toes going directly forward. Engaging your core, thinking about your outer legs, your outer leg muscles, your abductors, and your glutes. We're going to move laterally. So I always like to use my arms as like a place of focus, helping to balance. And you're just going to walk the length of your mat, out and in. The band is going to try to bring your joints in, rolling you in. But you're stronger than the band, and you're always thinking about the 10 toes, the knees, the hips pointing forward to activate. And this is a wonderful tool to use if you want to strengthen the muscles around your knees, or if you are about to do some loaded squats. It activates the glute muscles. Now, think about, where do you feel this? If you're feeling this only in your quads, then from the side position I'll show you, you might be kind of dumping your weight forward. We want to be in our heels to activate the glutes. So kind of send the hips back. See if you can feel it here, that's fine, but we don't only want to feel it here. So see if you can wrap the energy around, find your glute muscles, find your outer legs. And for this movement, somewhere between 1 to 2 minutes. All right, so let's move on to movement number 2. We're going to slide the band upper body over the knees. Not on the knee joint, but just above. So we're going to take our body and we're going to lift it up like a pencil, very tall, big energy. Engage your core, send your shoulders back. That's our standing position. Take your weight, slightly bring it over to your right leg. Your left leg is pointed and you're looking in front of you. We're going to lift that leg, the left leg, up. So the band is going to be controlling the amount of height that we can create. So before you press the leg away, engage your core, engage your side leg, and lift. In addition to the side leg, you're activating your inner thigh because that leg is creating balance and stability. So you're working both sides. Today is just more of a demonstrational video. So let's do one more together and we'll go to the other side. Another note that I want to talk about is the standing leg. Are you rolling your ankle in? Are you rolling your ankle out? Think about making contact with the big toe, the pinky toe, and the inner and outer heel. That'll keep your foot right in the center and hopefully will prevent your knee from following the other leg too much. So let's do 2 more of these. Amazing, all right. So we're gonna move on now to movement number 3. You're going to step forward with your left leg and have a soft bend in the knee. Notice that your weight is not in the toe, but rather in the heel. So your heel should be glued to the floor. From there, the right knee is bent. We're going to engage our core, predominantly work this left side glute region, and we're going to press back with our right leg doing a tap. Bring it in and extend back. So it's a diagonal press back, and I'll show you from this angle as well. Stepping back, coming in. Core working, leg working, back and forth. Watch that, I'm not moving this knee back with the leg. I keep that knee in the same place, pressing back. Let's switch to the other side. Bending the knee, finding the work on that right side. This movement, you should feel it mostly in the leg that's in the front, that's stabilizing and holding position. I love to use my arms. Just because it's a leg exercise doesn't mean we need to neglect our posture by slumping forward. Keep it together. Movement number 4 on the ground. Our last 2 movements. We're going to keep the band above our knees and we're going to bring our body down into a bridge. Walk your heels into your butt. Hands are going to face up towards the ceiling and lift your hips. So right away, we're working our hamstrings and our glutes. The band is going to try to push your knees in, but keep the knees in that same position. So you can do 2 things. One is you can just stay here. You're going to start to feel it anyways because of that band. Or you can even add a little pulse going out. Notice that your butt doesn't slop down. Keep it lifted and pressing small pulses away. 30 seconds, 1 minute on this one as well. Beautiful, let's drop our hips down. If you need to give your lower back a little stretch, bring the knees into the chest. Movement number 5. Our final one for today's tutorial video. We're gonna bring our band around the ankles. We're gonna lift the legs up over the hips. If you need to bend the knees, bend the knees. If you can elongate the legs, that's great. From here, we're gonna press our back into the mat to avoid any stress on the lower back. Your hands this time can face towards the floor for grip, and our legs are just going to press away and in. Very slow and controlled. Away and in. So big line of energy is working in your lower abs. Every time you press away, exhale your breath. Inhale in. Exhale out. Inhale in. Check in with your back. Keep pressing it down and in. Wonderful job today, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like what you saw, please give us a thumbs up. Check out our other videos. On our website, we also have full training videos and workout programs. Let us know what you want to see next and have a beautiful life. One love.